What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Of course, I got to turn this down just a little bit. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac comes to you again with a episode of the Dre Mac Show. Now, this is not a live show, as you can see right here, right here on the ticker, right here. This is a pre-recorded show. I'm gonna do this just like I would do any other live show. Today I'm going to talk about Jonathan Majors. The reason why this is pre-recorded, I got a lot of stuff going on in the morning, so I'm not able to give you your show live like I normally would do. But again, I'm still going to give you all the information that you need because, of course, we're going to talk about the sentencing delay of Jonathan Majors. So, of course, I couldn't get on Cats Live or, Pam was there, Danny was there, everybody was there. So I couldn't get on that, which is cool. So I'm going to give the way that I'm looking at this, and then pull up some of their information that they shared on yesterday, especially if you haven't watched it. So hopefully you guys are happy, hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan from the Heavy Gan channel for that. But you already know how I do. The real question is, all right. But hopefully you guys are watching this on a premiere. You are commenting in the comment section. I know a lot of information has came out since we found out about the sentencing delay. I'm going to explain to you what happened on this sentencing delay, and how we got here. So let me go ahead and pull up a little information. So give me just a sec, because I believe Danny put it in her community section, and that's what I'm about to pull for you guys, just so you can kind of see what the motion is from Danny's side. Again, she is Danny does law, so she has a little bit more general information. But I'm going to pull up the actual one of the articles. I think it was from Deadline. That talks about this. So give me just a second here. Let's go into, so what they did was they filed the team for Jonathan Majors filed a motion to set aside judgment / verdict. So let me do this. So I'm gonna just share my screen real quick so you guys can actually see exactly what does this mean. So, and this is from Danny. Shout out to Danny. And Danny does this and that. Danny does this and that. So shout out to her for this information. So what is a motion to set aside judgment / verdict? Source at TMZ. And they said prosecutors argued that the assault was intentional throughout the trial, but then they ended up giving the jury instructions about convicting him for a reckless assault, offering up a separate option for a potential conviction on something they weren't really arguing throughout the course of the trial. So you're saying that, and just to put it in layman's words, you told me that he did this, but we end up selling on that. That's not what we argued about. Was this man an abuser? Is what the situation is. And since he was not, we want to file a motion to to dismiss this verdict, or to remove this, to set aside the verdict or the judgment, which makes sense, right? Now, this is also something that she posted. Let me see if I can actually get the full information on this little picture here, but I think it's gonna act funny towards me because I'm on the actual. Yeah, it's not gonna give me all of what it says, but I actually read it on the. Or you guys could go. This is Danny stuff. Y'all guys could go there, check out and see what Danny is talking about. Go ahead and go to the live and check out the live that Danny has done. And you guys tell me exactly what you guys think, because it's about 2 hours or something like that. And so with this giant the majors, and I think I just had this up. What I do like about what John the Major's team is doing now. They're finding every type of loophole that they could possibly find, right? Now, in the midst of getting every single loophole, they're trying to get everything to stick to the wall. Now, again, this verdict, the sentencing was delayed. So let me go to People Magazine real quick, and let me share this screen. It said why Jonathan Major sentencing was delayed until April and what could happen next. Experts explain. Oh, excuse me. So this is what People Magazine, this is what the experts explains through People. Of course, we've had our situations with People before. You know what I'm saying? So if it starts to get a little opinionated, I'm holding it at a grain of salt. So it said Jonathan Majors did not come to court in person on this day, on the day of his scheduled sentencing in his domestic violence case. It said the 34-year-old actor convicted of assault and harassment in December appeared virtually on a video call for a hearing in which his lawyer delayed the sentencing with a routine motion filed yesterday to set aside the verdict. The judge plans to rule on the motion ahead of the actor's new sentencing hearing set on Monday, April 8th. So, of course, we're going to continue to cover this, cover all Giant the Majors news. So, whatever comes out, if there is a sentencing or whatever by April 8th, I will go in and talk about that. In nearly the 5-minute hearing in Manhattan Tuesday, the judge reminded Majors of the order of protection prohibiting him from any interaction with his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, which I think that's the farthest person from his mind right now. 31, who testified in the trial that he had physically attacked her during a fight that spilled over in the streets of New York City. Majors told the judge, yes, sir. He leaned back in his chair and a court officer disconnected the call. It was a quick end to a relatively eventless court day, and one that plays stark contrast to the whirlwind of the last 7 weeks. Now, let's remind everybody, if you're new here, this was a misdemeanor. This was a misdemeanor case and a violation, and basically what I've heard, a lover's quarrel that got out of hand. And this is exactly where we're at. This is a lover's quarrel, and we're over here. We're treating this lover's quarrel like, it's the trial of the century, and just John the Major is just so abusive and this, that, and the other, yada, 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 and all this other stuff. He said Coretta Scott King and try to use her as a prop and just all kinds of foolishness and nonsense. You know what I mean? And even with this People Magazine article starts off, you know what I'm saying? He did not come to court in person on the day of the scheduled sentence in his domestic violence, letting you know it was a domestic violence case and this man didn't come to court. Then they tell you why. But if you're the average reader and you don't have you're not using your comprehension skills, you're like, look, he didn't even come to court. You know what I'm saying? And, oh, he went virtually. That's typical. He's rich. He can go typical. That's typical. This is silly. This is a misdemeanor case. This is what pisses me off about this so much. You know what I'm saying? Is that it's a misdemeanor case, and we're treating this like he shot and killed this woman. You know what I'm saying? Or he really beat her up. Remember, this is reckless assault. You know what I'm saying? And still, between the time that they got out that car and she chased that man 5 blocks, we still don't know where her injuries come from. Jonathan said he didn't know what those injuries came from. She doesn't know where those injuries came from. So let's just be honest. Don't nobody know nothing, but we know that she was injured. You know what I'm saying? For when they found her laying in the closet. So she could have hurt herself because Jonathan Majors wasn't even with her. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the night. So it's a lot of fugazi and shenanigans going on. And I still don't like it. Anyway, here with legal experts reflect on what went wrong. Is okay. Is this what went wrong? What is this? Okay. All right, let's just go. Let's just go. Um here, legal experts reflect on what went wrong for Creed 3 actor and where he could go from here. Hopefully this is not biased. But let's just see what he say. Look at the convicted charges. Legal experts tell people going to trial for a misdemeanor assault charges was an unusual choice, with few cases not involving higher end felony charges ever playing out in the courtroom. This is the problem. Why did this even go to trial? District Attorney Alvin Braggs wanted to prove a point. You know what I mean? And John DeMajor was trying to prove his innocence, which I cannot be mad at. But they should have never went to trial. Never went to trial. And unfortunately, it did. And here we are right now with this mess. And I'm going to call it what it is. It's mess. And it doesn't make sense. But yet, here we are. This is where we're at. But anyway, let me keep going. Because I'm going to go on a rant. And y'all not trying to hear a rant. Okay, in the fall, Majors rolled the dice on a straight, non-guilty verdict in what appeared to be an attempt to save his career, says entertainment attorney Trey Lovell, who is not connected to the case. Taking a stand at the start of the actor's trial, Jabari described that March night, saying after an evening out, the couple was inside a hired car heading back to the penthouse they shared, and when she saw a text message from another woman on Major's phone. She said she took the phone in his hands and Major then twisted her right arm. But see, what they don't tell you is that she was wrong because you're not supposed to take anybody's property. And in the state of New York City, you have the right to defend yourself. Yet there was absolutely no markers or anything that proved that he twisted her arm, with her being roughly around 110 to 115 pounds, and him pushing about 200, plus pounds after working out and getting his body right for Creed. So let's keep that in mind. Number two, he's as she curled her body, just trying to protect myself. She said she felt a really hard blow against my head that took me back. And then again, that was not proven in court. Ultimately, Jabari went to the hospital and was treated for a hairline fracture to a bone in her middle finger and a cut in her ear. From a legal perspective, it would have made better sense to take a plea deal. Now, again, everybody wants you to take a plea deal. But again, and this is the same thing Kevin Porter Jr. did. He took a plea deal. And in the plea deal, he got 26 weeks probation, basically, anger management. And then once he completes that, he actually gets the charge dropped. What I don't like about plea deals, because a lot of innocent people who are just completely innocent get told to take a plea deal and they get caught up in the system. And what the thing is that I thought we were supposed to be, trying to prove my innocence over guilt. So taking a plea deal, I understand why people do it, but I also understand that this sometimes what happens is that you take the deal and then you get caught up in the system, and then what? You know what I mean? Nobody looks at the after effect of this. And there's too many people that go on innocent to take a deal because they want to go home. They just want to go home. So they'll just take a deal, even though they know good and well they didn't do it. And that's why, and shout out to Laura Victoria Burt, who posts every time she talks about John DeMajors, the Innocence Program, where how many people have been, sent to jail, and now they got to prove their innocence. They finally proved their innocence, and look where we're at right now. States, cities, in states have to pay out millions and millions of dollars to these people who are falsely accused. So you got to keep that in mind with this. So I don't like that. You know what I mean? I understand why, but I don't like that, because then, it is what it is. It said because this would have guaranteed Majors no jail time, kept the evidence used at trial private, which the press is now trying to unseal, and allow the matter to disappear in the public view. In a split verdict in December, Major was convicted of 2 of the 4 charges against him: third-degree misdemeanor assault, recklessly causing physical injury as well as second-degree harassment. The later in which a violation, a charge so small, lovely likened it to a traffic ticket, which we have explained multiple times. This is a ticket. The actor speaks out. While the charges once he is sentenced could carry up to a year behind bars, which is not going to happen, the repercussions to his career have been more immediate. In the midst of career fallout, Majors finally spoke about his criminal conviction in an interview with ABC News last month, saying he was absolutely shocked and afraid that the conviction, insisting on his innocence, suggesting that the evidence presented at trial did not warrant the conviction. And this is the reason why they're pushing for the motion to set aside the verdict, because the verdict did not match the crime. The verdict did not match the crime. This woman said that he was attacked. She had a blow to the head. She ended up getting her finger bruised up and battered, and a cut behind her ear. But yet the jury did not find him guilty of intentional assault, reckless assault, and harassment ticket. A traffic ticket. So this is the reason why they want to set aside that verdict, because it does not fit the crime. So him completing it, saying he's innocent, is absolutely true. He did not intentionally hit and harm this woman. And he doesn't even know how she hurt herself, because after the incident, after being chased through the streets and all of this, and this woman, yes, he did pick her up and put her back in the car. He did do that. But there was no physical injury to her when he put her back in the car. And the reason why we say that, because she physically chased this man down the street for 5 blocks, and she was in front of a high definition camera on Lafayette Street talking to 3 strangers, and not once did she mention that this man actually abused her. So let's keep it real. Let me keep going. So former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani tells people that such an appeal to the public sympathy was probably too little too late to save Major's career. It's people that done way worse than what he did, and I don't believe in that, but whatever, it's public opinion. In hindsight, it was a mistake for Majors not to take the stand, she says. A Majors' decision not to testify at trial, adding if Majors wanted to tell his story, he should have told jurors. Instead, over several weeks' trial, jurors heard from the actor's ex-girlfriend, Jabari. Jabari listened to audio for one of their fights in which Majors declares himself a great man, saying, it always goes back. I put this on everything. This is where a lot of people have their problem with. This is what, even though there was not an injury from a previous attack, the text message was taken out of context. The situation was taken out of context with the Michelle Obama, Coretta Scott King thing. This is all they focus on. The who, what, where, when, and why where and why didn't even matter. And she tells them the reason why she got mad because they came home drunk in the actual audio. But people disregard that point to make this man seem like he's an abuser. They always go to this. He needed a Michelle Obama, Coretta Scott King to support him, and read a couple text messages in which Majors instructed Jabari not to go to the hospital from an injury from a previous. And this is false. There was no previous this is why you got to be careful with the context when you're reading stuff, because there was no prior injury from a previous alleged attack. Because even Grace said he never attacked me prior to March 25th. She said that at trial. So this is why you have to be careful about what you're reading and who's telling the story. I didn't even have to go to Variety. I didn't go to Roller. So this is People's Magazine. Now, as the case logs towards sentencing, Lavelle says that the case is having a devastating impact on his career, but he can make a comeback. But wait a minute. Or Lavelle said this. But the other person said there was told people the former prosecutor tells people that such an appeal to the public sympathy was probably too little too late to save his career. But Lavelle is saying this is why but he says, the case is having a devastating impact to his career, but he can make a comeback. Many actors have come back from previous convictions and allegations of domestic violence he has. With a strong PR campaign and charity work, Lavelle says Majors can craft for himself a new image, one that could replace the image the verdict painted, but he adds it will be a process that may take a few years. So this is what we have as far as that. And you guys tell me in the comment section what you guys think about this. All right. So again, why is this keep looking off? It's this is tripping like super, super duper hard. There we go. This is tripping. Maybe I need to get my face. Maybe I need to scoot up a little bit or something. My face in the camera. This mug was tripping. All right. So we already know that they are moving this case so they could be able to amend basically set aside the verdict. And again, this is not nothing new. This is not nothing unusual. So this is kind of where we're at right now. So what do you guys think? Of course, I couldn't be on live, but I thank you guys for probably for watching this in the premiere or watching this on the replay. Again, what do you guys think about Jonathan Majors and what he's doing? Make sure to check out Danny's video or Cat, Miss Marco Polo, Pam Entertainment Television. I know all of them stream a lot of the information to their respective channels. Check out Chillmonger and see what he's talking about on Jonathan Majors. We've been discussing this thing and we're trying to get this trying to get as much information to you guys as possible. But tell me what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Where is my outro at? Still got to get out of here. Got to let that forehead breathe. Let's go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.